Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got a bunch of new content in NHL 21, so we've got to go over it. We've got some new icons and things to talk about, so we'll get into all of that. And again, I apologize if there's an issue with my video being recorded in this. Streamlabs has just had a heck of a time since this last Windows update, so I apologize. But if you guys haven't subscribed already, please do so. It helps me out a lot. Let's get into today's content. All right, guys, so we got a bunch of new prime times we need to talk about. Finally, we have real NHL action, so obviously that means prime times are going to go back to how they normally operate. But I do have something to say about that. There is no set parameters this year on what makes a prime time. So it's not like years past where it's like 2 goals from a defenseman or something like that automatically means he's getting a prime time. I think EA wants to make sure that they have some fluidity and control over what they can do because again, they don't want to get out of control and whatnot. And McDavid, for example, could have a 99 card in 4 weeks basically. So they want to make sure that they have some control over that. So I just wanted to get that out there in terms of how the prime times work. It is there is obviously Sidney Crosby had a great night, as did John Tavares, Morgan Riley, Nylander. So they wanted to recognize that. Farabee and Josh Anderson, what a debut for the Canadiens last night. So again, just wanted to touch on that, and we're also going to discuss the new alumni. So we'll take a look at the 3 big prime times and then also the alumni. All right, so we'll kick things off with the 90 Mike Modano. Okay, 6'3", 212. He has got great size. And honestly, now he's got great speed as well. 91 speed, 91 acceleration. His shot all right around 90 as well. However, it's just kind of ho-hum because it's 2 to barrage and 2 to passing playmaker, 2 of the lesser synergies that you want. And there's a lot of cards out there, like the Matthew Barzal card. That's a right-handed variant of it, but it's almost the same thing. Is almost more advantageous to get. So his body checking is only 84, but that doesn't matter because he's 6'3". Defensive awareness is great at 83. But as he's listed as a center, he is definitely a winger. And while it's very, very good, I would not recommend the cost that it's going to take to get him, but we'll look into that in just a little bit. Then we've got the 90 overall Frank Mahovlich from the Leafs, 6'1" with 2 to swarm and light the lamp. And again, we're just at a stage in the game here where there's so many other cards, whether it's high-end cards or even just the 85 prime times that have come out, team of the weeks that have upgrades with certain synergies that are just going to be more viable. His shot is above 90, which is great, but 84 speed on a winger, and he's only 6'1", is just not going to do it. You could play him at center with 85 faceoffs, which isn't bad, but there's, again, just better centermen, I think. And again, the cost to make this card is just not nearly going to be worth it if you had him. So this would be this is a pass for me again. 2 to swarm is nice, but 2 to light the lamp. I mean, the only advantage here is if you had the 91 Gretzky, I guess it activates it, but he's really just upgrading things that he doesn't need upgraded. So pass on the Frank Mahovlich. Now, the Boreas Solomon card gets a little interesting because he was one of the better left-handed defensemen early on in the game. 88 speed, 88 acceleration is great. Barrage is and here's the thing about Barrage. It is becoming the 4th synergy, and even a little bit more obtainable or more sought after than Swarm, which I understand. And it's there's a lot easier ability to actually get it now because of how many cards have 2 to a team-based synergy. Obviously, Barrage on a defenseman is pretty powerful. I think more advantageous than a forward, because a forward on a one-timer with a slap shot, that's pretty much going to go in if you do a backdoor one-timer. But a slap shot from the point that has a high chance or a high accuracy and power is going to have a lot better chance to go in, and it's a lot less dangerous and easier to set up. He's got good speed and acceleration, well, decent at this stage, and with distributor and spark, I mean, that's above 90. His defensive awareness and stick checking is great. It just really hurts that he has 2 synergies. Like if this was Workhorse or Howitzer, obviously, or Speedster, or even Wingman, it would just be a lot more beneficial. But, it's not that passing playmaker is a bad synergy. It just boosts things that he really doesn't need boosted, as it's already pretty high. So we'll take a look at the cost in just a little bit. All right, so we'll take a look at the prime time. We'll start off with the 87 Jonathan Drouin with Wingman. This is actually a pretty gross card, in that mid-80s range with Wingman activated, which I've started to have activated on my team. Acceleration always important. I've been able to get it activated now, and 89 speed before distributor is great. This is a great middle-tier left-handed winger for sure, and a decent card, absolutely, and one that a lot of people probably go to grab. We'll take a look at his cost in the next episode of best of all ranges because this might be a decent card to buy. Then we've got the 93 Sidney Crosby. Obviously a fantastic game in game number 1. That dunk goal he had on Carter Hart was actually pretty funny. Magician, obviously not one that's super important, as again, the stats that it increases, he doesn't even get full benefit from because they're already maxed out, essentially. I will say this about Sidney Crosby cards. This year they have felt actually impactful, where in years past they've just been super mediocre. 89 speed is great, 91 acceleration is 89 speed is good, 91 acceleration is great. His shot is in the mid-90s. Hand stats are all 97. This is almost the Wayne Gretzky card, like the 91, and 93 on the draws. This is a great centerman, and it's probably going to cost you a lot, but the price should be impacted enough because of the bad synergy choice, but a really, really good card, no doubt. Then we had a ton of Leafs. So the 90 John Tavares, this is a huge pass. John Tavares skating in this game just makes him almost unusable, which is always the case. It's a little unfortunate. 88 on the draws, not high enough to make up for the fact he's got 83 speed. I mean, his shot is good, but, the 88 John Tavares was hammered as well. This isn't much better, so this is a pass. The cost is going to be way too much. We got the 88 Morgan Riley, just like the Team of the Week one. This one has Gladiator. Again, not really one that you're going to activate. There's just not a lot of great cards that have it, although this card right out of the box is fine. 88 speed, 88 acceleration, good all the way around, so this could be a nice middle-tier left-hand defenseman, under that master set spot. Not a bad card at all. And the 87 William Nylander with Howitzer is fantastic. I don't know how many right-handed winger cards we need with Howitzer. Like Stamkos, this is basically Stamkos with less agility. It's absolutely nuts. But nonetheless, if you're a Leafs fan, this is a great Willie Nylander card. Just don't overpay for it because, again, base Stamkos and Sagan and the TJ Oshie as well, basically the same card. So just don't overpay, but this looks great. All right, guys, so now to end it, we'll look at the sets for the icons. As we'll go in here is, again, so we've got the 90 Mike Modano. Again, it's going to cost 8. There's no way that you're going to spend 8 gold or 8 icon collectibles. That's 400,000 in value. And the same for Boreas Salming and Mahavlich. Now, Boreas Salming, if you already have the untradeable one, it's possible, but you have to leverage that with the fact, could you go out and get, for 400K, like Miro Heiskanen, or even Paul Coffey, to be honest with you, for that price. So just keep that in mind, because if you've got this many icon collectibles saved up, you want to wait for, Mario, Gretzky, Lafleur, those kind of guys. So pass on all these, in my opinion, but Boreas Salming will be the only one that's sort of justifiable. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's content. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And if you are free tonight, I know there's a lot of hockey, come check out the Sharks broadcast as we finish off the third round in the $25,000 San Jose Shark esports event. It's on twitch.tv/San Jose Sharks. Have a good one, guys.